Buenas noches and welcome to The Untold. This is the show where we have fabulous people, and I do use that word because today we have a fashionist, stylist, basically creative mind within the fashion industry.
Yeah, today our guest is Sakari, who is a content creator and a model. And I saw his Instagram earlier. It's amazing. The pieces that he puts together, the shoots that he does, he has such an amazing sense of fashion. And I'm curious to see what he has to say about it.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing, as someone who doesn't know how to take a single photo, doesn't know how to take a single selfie. I always come up like I'm angry in the car. I'm very excited to, talk to him, especially after, like you said, going through his Instagram and so many professional looking portraits. It's amazing.
Some of his stuff looks like they were made for proper brands. And he actually has a whole segment where he goes for 10 KD to the Friday market,
Yeah.
which I think is something where you should definitely ask him about, because that's something I think a lot of people would love to know, how to buy good looking items for less.
Yeah. And with that cliffhanger, we are going to go on a very quick break and we'll come right back with Hamid. And we are back on The Untold with the elegant Hamid Sakari. So first, welcome on joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here and on The Untold it is. So I'm here, happy to be here, and inshallah will be very, how do you say, happy to present my story to everyone, which is untold, and it will be told, inshallah. Yes.
Inshallah, sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
And you are a model and a content creator.
Yes.
And you specialize in fashion. And I want to just say, I love your outfit right now.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And you said that it was from your traditional dress?
Yes, the traditional Benin dress is actually in a lot of countries in West Africa, but this is for my tribe, I would say, which is Yoruba. I'm
Okay.
half Nigerian, half Beninese, so that's is mix of both. So,
Amazing. I love when
Yeah.
people blend their cultures and take
Yeah,
pride
of
in it.
course, of course,
And
yeah.
you look amazing, just want to
Thank you
say.
very much. Y'all look stunning too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a way for me to like get an
Get
outfit
this?
like this while here in Kuwait,
Definitely,
or is
I
it?
got you. In
Oh.
Kuwait, no, I can't say.
Oh,
But I got you. I can
It's okay.
help you.
You
out
got
with
the
Yeah.
like
it. No,
you got
I mean, you got the source here.
you got the connections
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
So a lot of people your age are still struggling to decide what they want to do with their life, how they want to go about things, but you seem very certain about what you're doing, very sure. Where does that confidence come from?
Yeah, it comes from, I would say, knowing what I want. Because since, let's say now, it's been at least 3 years that I already know what I want. I already have at least a 5-year plan in the head. So I'm just executing the plan. And this is just step one. And we're getting there, inshallah.
inshallah. It's always joyful to see guests talk about how one of the most important things they have is a plan to set a correct path. And I think that's something a lot of successful people we've had on The Untold share. Maybe that's the secret to life, right? To always have a purpose, to always have a plan. With that being said, your plan involves you being a student, a model, and a content creator, which are all of them are super busy, super hectic. They require a lot of time. So how do you balance all of this?
Yeah, so it's definitely very hectic. Nothing can, you can do all of them perfect at the same time. That's definite. But the way I balance it, I try to, since I'm primarily a university student, I try to take classes back to back. So after I finish classes, I have time to do all of my creative stuff, anything that I like. Maybe going out with friends, do my creative work, maybe content creation. So I have time after class, so I do what I can with it. You see?
I love that. And I love that you focus on your studies as well, because that's very important
Yes,
as a student
we
to
do
do.
our best, yeah.
And I love that you also are focusing on having a plan. But where did it all begin for you? Like, when did you start deciding that this wasn't just a hobby or a passion, but something you want to do?
Yes, so it all started back in high school, not too long ago, maybe like 2 years ago. It was when, in high school we have a dress code,
Yeah.
Kuwait, which is gray pants and white shirt. So to me, that felt a bit too restricted. So I said, how can I change that with still being in the criteria? So I started wearing dress pants, changing it up with still being in the same dress code. So that's where I found out that I have a good sense of fashion. So I said, might as well, dive in. And as you can see, I'm doing pretty well in it, and I'm aiming big,
Yeah.
So hopefully within a couple of years, I will have my own clothing line, or maybe at least make an impact in the fashion world, at
Inshallah.
least in Kuwait.
Yeah. Lujain, I think there's something we gotta address. The 10KD Friday market videos.
Yes.
So
The
where
infamous
did
one.
talk us through that? Like, where did this idea come from? How did you approach it? How did you execute it?
Yeah, it's actually an upgrade of an already existing idea that I do.
Okay.
Back still in high school, I used to live in Qurtuba, which is closer to Souq Jumaa, as opposed to now. I'm a bit further. So back then, I used to go to Souq Jumaa regularly. Every time I have like 5 KD, I just take a bus, which is Nus, back and forth, and I will go and thrift, and that's how I built my wardrobe. So now that I've thought, yeah, let's upgrade the budget and see what we can do better. You see, so that's how I started filming it. Maybe some people may be interested, and a lot of people ask me, where do you get your clothes from? So I said, might as well show them. You see, so that's how it's.
I love that. Just show them.
Yeah,
And you made it a thing as well.
Exactly, yeah. And people actually love it. So I said, I try to change it up every now and then. Last time I did the CJ from GTA, he does the shopping instead. I impersonated him, so that also did pretty well. And yeah, I'll keep being creative with the same idea, because they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You see?
I agree.
Yeah.
And I also love how you said that this was something you were doing from a young age, that you love to thrift.
Yeah.
Like, I personally didn't know that thrifting was a thing in Kuwait until much later on in life.
Very much is.
Like, I didn't know. Like, I wish I'd had more content like yours growing up to be aware of it. It wasn't until I'd moved abroad that I was aware of thrifting and all of its things.
Yeah.
So for you to bring it to the audiences in Kuwait and show them what they can do with just 10 KD is something amazing.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially because I feel like a lot of people believe that you can't have good fashion without paying a lot of money for it.
Definitely.
Everything's about luxury or brands. So how do you deal with those misconceptions?
Well, I just fix them. I tell them how it actually is. So, as you can see, a lot of people think, oh, you need maybe this amount of budget to maybe buy this high-end fashion houses and stuff. No, you don't really need that. You see, because money is not gonna give you style. It's personally, style is personal. It comes from you. It's how you wear the clothes. Because two people may wear the same thing, but it's not gonna be the same. It's how you carry yourself, how you deliver, how you accessorize, you design. It's all a big bundle of different stuff, you see. So it's not really that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you approach your, take whenever you're going out of a market? Like, if you're going shopping, do you visualize something you'd wear in a shoot, or do you go by feeling, or do you just, whatever fits is the one I'm gonna take? Like, talk us through your approach.
Yes. So most of the things I do is spontaneous. I don't really plan a lot, especially when I go thrifting, because you can't really go thrifting with something in mind. You don't know what you're going to find.
True.
You see, so
very true.
When I go, I just look for the incredible pieces that I can find, and as soon as I find that one, it could be the pant, it could be the shoes, and from there I already start building the whole vision. It could be the photo shoots, the lighting, the poses, and everything, the theme. I already visualized everything before getting out of the shop. And also, not have to mention also my friend Salih Al-Galaf, which is the photographer. He helps bring these to life. So yeah, I couldn't just do it alone.
Well, some of your looks I feel can compete with luxury brands. I've seen your Instagram and I'm amazed at how some of your photos and looks come together.
Thank you.
So could you tell people, how is it that you make something look expensive or refined even though it isn't? Like, what's your advice?
Yeah. Okay, so everybody, be ready. I'm about to give you the sauce here.
We're so ready.
Yeah.
So ready.
So, making something look expensive, although it's not, it's all about either maximalism or minimalism. It's one of the two, because the thing has already been done. So it's about what you can add to it or what you can not add to it. So that's how it is. Let's say, for example, you get a suit. It's about which pants you wear on the suit, how you style the suit. So that's how it is. And the effort you put in. Because let's say, for example, you can just wear something and take a photo randomly outside. It's not gonna look as, professional.
True.
Aside from taking time to do the lighting, the poses and everything, and create a whole photo shoot, which is art out of it, it makes a difference. It makes it look expensive, as you said.
Yeah. You know, this honestly reminds me of something. I was watching a YouTube video of a chef who I think had a Michelin star or something like that. And then he said that the difference between a fancy dish and a cheap dish you get at a restaurant is the fancy restaurant called the vegetables garnish, while the cheap restaurant just gives you vegetables.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just a matter of perspective.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It's the label you put on it.
It's the label put on
Yeah.
it. With that being said, I do want to ask you, is fashion and modeling, is this something you've always pursued, or is this something you find yourself good at naturally and then you're like, okay, this is what I excel at?
Yeah, so I would say it's within the blood, because I kinda see it comes naturally. You see, yeah, I don't really have to try much to do it. Although yes, now I'm more in tune with the fashion and stuff, but I had to learn it myself. I didn't take any course, anything. Nobody taught me, so I just see it as something that comes naturally. Is within the blood. We're stylish like that, you know.
No, but that's amazing. And I love that
Yeah.
you're leaning into that and making
Yes.
it your own as well.
Definitely.
And you mentioned it being like an art form as well.
Yeah.
So when you do content creation, do you see it as a form of storytelling?
Content creation can be anything, because content, as they say, content is subjective.
True.
It can be anything. It could be music, it could be art, it could be anything, as I said. So content creation, to me, first I started it as a, let's say, a tool to advertise or push out my how do you say, sense of fashion to out the outside world. But I found myself liking it too, so intertwining the both. Let's do both at once, you see. So that's how it is. So I started doing both. Content creation to me is a way of telling people something, expressing yourself any way you want. Yeah, it's a tool.
And that kind of goes hand in hand with fashion as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, help me, help you, help us. So yeah.
And speaking about content creation, do you feel the pressure of social media now to constantly post something, to constantly be on the wave instead of, taking a couple of weeks off and then the wave just passes you by? Do you have those kind of pressures?
I used to have it a lot more than now. I used to, especially when you hear a lot of people say that consistency, you need to be consistent. But to me, I don't feel that anymore, because I'm confident enough in what I produce, because I know it's a very high quality content that is very authentic, and it's me. It's not gonna run away. It's me who produces it, so I'm very comfortable with what I post. So every time I don't have an idea or I feel the rush to post, I just relax, because if the idea doesn't come, it's not the time.
So would you say that quality is more important than
Yes,
quantity?
quality over quantity, any day, anytime. Yeah.
And how would you define quality when it comes to something you're trying to post, or it comes to a shoot? Like, what is quality to you?
Quality to me is how much you pour into the video. Let's say, for example, you find, let's say, it could be a very simple idea. Let's say, for example, as going thrifting. Everybody shops, but it's how much you care about it to the point that you wanted to show people and make it fun. Is how much you care is what makes it, how do we say, quality. See, it's how much you care. Because if you just don't care, you can just like film the video and then put it out there. It's not gonna be the same. But the time you put into editing, putting the sound effects, having the showing the best shots, putting in information, putting value out for the consumer, is what makes it high quality. Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And do you think also authenticity plays a big role? As you said, you're just being yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So does that help you cultivate a following?
Definitely. It helps you be more relaxed, I would say, because if you completely copy someone, you're gonna have to wait for him to make something else to copy.
True.
You see? But if it's you're you consistently every day, so you're just putting part of yourself out there, and unless you maybe one day disappear, it cannot end, you see? So it's just presenting yourself, so it's not much of a difficulty. It's not difficult to put yourself out there. Obviously, if you have the confidence to do it. Yeah.
And speaking of disappearing, we are going to disappear into a very quick break and we'll come right back after this one.
Welcome back from that break. Hamed, I have to say, I love your energy and your enthusiasm for everything that you're doing. It's
Thank
really
you.
translating well. And I feel like I understand why people follow you in your fashion, because you are just being you. Especially in this day and age of social media and super curated content, authenticity is sometimes hard to find.
Definitely, yeah.
Something I do want to ask you about though is, I know you mentioned creating content in your shoots, but have you ever had like a shoot that really surprised you where you thought something wasn't going to work out, but it did, or vice versa?
I think that happens more often than you think. It
Really?
happens, yeah, it happens a lot because you can't see everything. You see, there's always another perspective. And one of the most recent times was when I was back in my home country in Benin. I was going around shooting outside with my older brother. We did a lot of photo shoots there. But sometimes you will give me a suggestion I would be very skeptical about. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but after I try it, because I will complain, yes, and I will say, yeah, I'm not really sure about it, but you gotta still give it a shot. And most of the time, I'll be surprised. It turns out very, very nice. Because that's why I would say, you may see a vision, but other people have their own vision, so you gotta tap into it too sometimes. Yeah.
That makes sense, especially when you draw inspiration from other sources, not just yourself.
Yes, because nowadays nothing is original.
True.
See? So you gotta take something, upgrade it, put a little bit of sauce on it, then it gets better. Because you see.
And so what are your barometers for saying, oh, this post is going to work or this post is not going to work? This shoot is successful, this shoot is not. Like, how do you define that?
Are we talking about photo shoot sessions or a video?
So let's say your post online, right? You're working on a video, or like you said, you were having a disagreement with your brother on something you wanted to put out there. Like, how do you decide this is going to work? Like, do you look for certain things? Do you see certain things? Or is it by feeling?
Okay, let me give you for both. First, for pictures, for example, because as I told you, I already have the whole setting in my head. So when something goes off track, I'd say I'm not sure, but I'll still try it because I don't know, maybe there is a shorter route. You never know. So that's why I will try it. So it's for photo shoots, it's when something strays away from my imagination. You see, so that's how I judge. Maybe it's not gonna work. But when it comes to videos, you can't really tell. No. You can't really tell because you don't know what people are thinking. But after you post the video, you may estimate how this video is gonna do, because from the analytics in the videos, I can kind of study it and see maybe this is gonna do well, it's gonna do average, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Is there like a particular message you want people to get from your videos?
Oh, there's a lot of messages, but take it how you want. But what I hope people take from my videos is, how do we say, express yourself. Don't try to be as much as possible, because if you're trying to be something else or you're not being yourself, you're gonna always feel the pressure to be your fabricated self online outside for some time. But if you're you every time, you're always comfortable, and also have fun, just have fun. That's not that hard.
And speaking of expressing yourself, what side of you'd say personally that people find surprising, or when they discover you more, they are surprised by it?
I don't really know, but I would say maybe
maybe you have a secret talent kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe me speaking multiple languages. I'm multilingual. I speak
Mashallah.
French, Arabic, English, Yoruba, and one more native language, which is
mashallah.
What do we call it? Yeah, Kabali. That's
wow, that's so many.
Yeah, that's not much. It's 5.
I mean,
trying to add.
That's way more than we
That's
can.
way more.
So
I'm trying. I'm also working on Korean, to add a little bit of Korean, but yeah, I've kind of slowed down. But yeah, that's maybe one of them, I guess. Yeah.
do you think that helps you with your videos or your content?
Oh, definitely. because learning many languages is kind of like tapping into many different senses of humor. You see, so I sometimes say stuff that the normal speaker of or Arabic speaker would say it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
but it's still fun. So they will still, listen to it. So I would say you just have different senses of humor, different places to draw inspirations from. Sometimes you can get an idea in English, turn it into an Arabic idea. Get it in French, turn it into an Arabic idea. See, so it's different. It's very helpful, I would say. Yeah.
So, speaking of people from all over the world, do you tailor your post to different kind of groups, different kind of people, different countries, or you're just following whatever you feel in the moment?
I think I have to tailor it to a certain extent, you see, because people have to relate to it to a certain extent, because not everybody has the same experiences, but there's always those general ideas that everybody has experienced or everybody can relate to. So I tailor it to a certain extent to match the how do you say, the general population that watches me, but at the same time I try not to, let's say, be close-minded to one thing. That's why I do different. I don't have a certain niche. You see, I tap into everything. Maybe one day I'm a businessman, one day I'm a college student, one day I'm this, one day I'm that. So yeah,
That's amazing. And would you say that your multicultural background has influenced your style?
definitely, because not just that, I like to tap into any culture I see, because I've worn Indian outfits before. Maybe people haven't seen it, but yeah, I have my own country's outfits, Kuwait's, style, African American, all from all over the world. I mix and match everything. So yeah, I love almost every culture. Yeah.
And speaking of, your role as a model, especially one that expresses himself with the way he dresses, sometimes you can find pushback from people, right? You're posting something that not a lot of people do enjoy.
Yeah.
And because you are out there, you yourself as the client, do you take that, personally? Do you like feel injured by that? Or are you like one of those, it's in your interpretation, that's fine by me?
Yeah, I'm, let's say, understanding to a certain extent, because people always have the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
You see, so when they see something unfamiliar, maybe they're not too sure about it, but their first reaction maybe is to insult or to do anything. Me personally, I'm at peace with myself, so I'm chilling. It's nothing, it doesn't really affect me at all. Because there is many negative comments, I just ignore it. It's extra hasanat for me later. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm chilling. It doesn't really affect me like that. It doesn't.
That's really wonderful to hear, especially because nowadays on the internet or online, it's very easy for people to make negative comments from behind the screen versus in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, what they say, haters are gonna hate.
Keyboard warriors.
And the more that you actually get the hate is probably the more successful you're doing as well.
Sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I'll be wondering, where are my haters? Because maybe I'm doing something wrong. But every time they pop up, okay, I say, I'm reaching enough people. So yeah.
I was gonna just say, do you ever experience the opposite situation where people are like inspired by your videos and they let you know?
Oh,
And
definitely.
they really relate to it? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, definitely, because most of the time, the haters are there, but I don't focus on them. I always focus on the positive side, because thankfully a lot of people appreciate it. They see past their own feelings. So I'm saying the majority are very positive, you see. So alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And also, as a content creator, there's something called the dead internet theory, or
What's
the
that?
dead internet phenomenon, which is a lot of scientists say that maybe 90% of internet now is all bots. So chances are, whenever you are getting, negative comments, it's not a real person. They're just, bots or whatever.
Yeah, it could
So
be
that's a
very much.
positive side for you content creators.
Yes, and you also know there is always also living bots that walk around us. So you gotta keep an eye for this. Don't be surprised if you see them in real life. So yeah, that's also that. And also I have a question for you guys too.
Go for it.
So how is the life here in the studio and stuff? I wanna, I'm trying to be like you guys someday.
Well, I actually only started doing this recently, like in the last month. So I'm still quite new at this myself.
Okay, I
If
see.
the opportunity presented itself this summer, I thought Why not? Let me give it a go. Exactly. So like, I feel like sometimes when things are meant to be, it's like you don't plan for it.
Definitely.
It just sort of appears to you, and either you seize the opportunity or you don't.
Yeah, take it or leave it,
And
definitely.
I think success is always about seizing the opportunities when they come and trying to make the most of it. And for me, that's what I'm trying to do here. Like, I'm enjoying
Fantastic.
myself. I'm meeting amazing people like you. And I hope it continues if the team likes me, you know?
Yeah, you know.
How about you, Abdullah?
Fantastic.
Well, that was a fantastic answer. I don't think I can, I should have started because I would have set a really low bar and then she would have set the standards so high. I think what the audiences would be happy to discover is how cold it is in studios. And if I were
Right?
to warn you,
Yeah.
that is
it is
something
really
to take.
cold.
It is extremely cold in the studios.
Yeah, definitely. But thank God I have enough protection, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was surprised when I shook one of the staff hand just now. It was cold. I said, "What is happening?" We were in the fridge, but yeah.
I am shaking. Like if audience can feel my fingertips, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's the Titanic iceberg."
Yeah.
Pretty
We're in
frozen.
Antarctica here, artificial one.
Oh.
But yeah, but it's manageable, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of get used to it as the time goes on, but it
Yeah.
depends. Sometimes it feels colder, sometimes less cold.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we just get to meet a lot of amazing people and we try to bring you guys out to the world because you
Yes.
deserve the spotlight, I think.
Yeah. Bring more people to the fridge.
To the fridge. That's going to be the new motto of the Untold, I think.
Yeah.
Bring more people to the fridge.
Yeah.
Need t-shirts, guys.
Speaking of the Untold, I think we've spoken so much about your journey, but let's talk. You did mention briefly at the start that you're already seeing 5 years ahead. So what's next in your plan?
Yes, so there is a lot. There is a lot. So I would say I have a 5-year plan right now, but the end goal for that 5-year plan is a clothing line
MashaAllah.
of mine, which focuses on making pieces that I don't find, so I will make what I want to there to be. So that's one of it, and also try as much as possible to inspire as much people as possible, and also put the African fashion scene on the map. Although it's already doing very well, but I will push it a bit more.
I think that's amazing. And I personally would love to see what your fashion line would look like.
Definitely.
Already seeing your
Just wait
pieces
for
on
it.
Instagram and right now, I can't wait to see what you will come up with. And I have complete faith that you will be able to manage it in your future.
Inshallah, yeah.
With that being said, Hamed, I do want to thank you for joining us, for enlightening us with your fashion, with your style, and absolutely welcome you again on The Untold.
And thank you very much, everyone, for Lujain and Abdullah for having me. I had a blast. It was very fantastic. Okay, and then do we close?
Yeah, we're gonna close now.
Yeah.
You're seeing I guess you're gonna learn. Maybe you want to take one of our jobs.
Yeah, sure.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who's gonna swap with me?
I can swap with you.
What are the lines? Let me know.
But thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to see what you do in the future. And just keep being you, because I think
Definitely.
that's what people are really drawn to.
Of course.
And with that, we're gonna go on a short break and stay tuned. Welcome back from that break. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know I did, Abdullah.
Yeah, honestly, the thing that really I'm still in awe of is the outfit that Hamed came up. I believe he chose that outfit because it represents him the most, right? He wanted to represent his origins, his personality, his self, and he did that beautifully and masterfully.
He did, and it was an amazing outfit. It was gorgeous, from the material to the way he looked and the way that he carries himself. He has so much confidence, so much energy, and I love seeing that in someone.
Yeah.
And the passion that he has for what he does, it shows in like every word that he said.
Yeah, and honestly, I think one of the key takeaways of this episode is how he highlighted to the idea of having a goal, having a purpose, even if it's not related to the fashion industry as a whole. In your life, you always need a purpose. You always need a goal you're striving for. And that was a really great, thought-provoking element of the episode.
I think so too. And you mentioned earlier, a lot of our guests who come onto this show and they say that they have a plan or a goal are the ones who truly make it. They're the ones who are successful, who inspire people. And to see that someone so young has a plan, he wants his own fashion line, he knows exactly what he wants to wear, he loves what he's doing. I love that, and I hope he got to inspire all of you viewers as well. And with that, I think we're going to end the episode. And I hope you also get to enjoy your own fashion sense and just be yourself. That was the best takeaway I got from him, his authenticity.
Yeah, beautifully said, Lujain. With that, that's the end of us from the people of the Untold. Until next one, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.